Okay, welcome to my stream. We're going to go ahead and get started by simply saying what's up and welcome to my channel. Did you know that choosing the right loadout can make or break your experience in Destiny 2? Well, I have an actual good build for you guys for that for most of you that are beginners. Okay, so these beginner builds are pretty
Gregory.
are pretty basic, and the weapons that you can get are pretty, obtainable. They are quickly obtainable. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. So welcome to my stream. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in. So first off, I'm gonna do the Warlock. Me being a Warlock main, this is super useful. And if you don't know how to do this, don't feel bad. We're gonna just uh, set it up to where we could actually, you know, uh, make it easier for you guys. The other thing I'm going to talk about is the problems about the artifact. Okay, the artifact this season, it's basically built around three different classes, and, well, technically four, but we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and go somewhere. Alone. Cool, sounds good. And we're going to actually talk about, and I'm going to show you guys how to, one, build these, two, how to get them, and I'll post links that are involved and go from there. All right, so some of the big problems and challenges that new players all face is, one, they don't get the full experience that the original OG players originally have, which is the Red War campaign, the story behind why Cade 6 basically got smacked, basically, and a bunch of other content that you pretty much missed out on. It's not your fault. Welcome to Destiny 2. But there's also a big array of, content that's, there. Meaning the subclasses, the new reworks of subclasses, the weapons. I mean, there's a galore of weapons in this game now. Unfortunately, with all that being said, you have to figure out what you're going to do to actually, make your play style fun. You can't just have, every meta build in the game. Yes, that is useful for some things, but then throw a twist on it, I would encourage. Maybe instead of running the Queensbreaker, which is a pretty good weapon, instead of using that, I would recommend trying uh, maybe something completely different. You never know what you're going to actually find that actually probably is better than the current meta. Now, that being said, understand that you can kind of go from like full meta to ad clear to straight up invisibility, freeze builds. I mean, there are builds out there that you can put together in like 20 minutes, maybe less. But remember, when you actually put these builds together, you also have to remember your actual artifact. One of the big things that I see is the Tablet of Ruin is really revolved around Arc, Void, and Strand. Now, that's great for, if you're into that. I mean, you can do all that and have fun. But the other thing is it's also based around glaives and LMGs and fusion rifles. Well, that's kind of not really useful at all. I'd rather, to be honest with you, I'd like to have all of my class abilities. Arc, Void, Stasis, Strand, Solar, Prismatic. I mean, as much as Prismatic is such a versatile, element in our game, it's still new to a lot of players. Well, in this video or this stream, I will actually show you how to use your Prismatic properly. Now, this is only if you're going to be using a lot of momentum. This is probably a level way above. But I also have other builds that are basically put it to use that you can actually do a lot of good, damage, ad clear, stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and premiere the Arc build that I have first, which is really good. This one's pretty simple. If you have and obtain Geomags, you don't have to have the perfect stats like I do. I mean, you could if you want to. I like to have triple hundreds here because I like to be in the fight. To start with, we're going to have Geomags. Okay, Geomags, they extend your Chaos Reach, which is actually a part of your Arc Super, which is Storm Caller. The big perk that it does is it extends and collecting grants you energy for Chaos Reach. So basically, as much as you do damage to all enemies, you're basically going to have back pretty fast. Sprinting out while near max bolts grants stacks over time. So you run these, you're going to constantly have your stacks up. They're going to be there. So basically just have them. I put on the intervention because if you throw a grenade at a group of enemies, that gives you ionic traces, especially with this build. You'll actually see in a minute. For the actual build itself, Arc obviously it's very versatile now. It did get a new feature and aspects. One of the things is Chaos Reach. Have your specific for this. Have your Chaos Reach active, like pretty much all the time. The other thing is Healing Rift. You want to have that because, I mean, you want to heal, right? Now, in certain activities, you can't heal without picking up an orb. I think it's stupid, but whatever. You could run Empowering Rift with this build for that situation. Your choice, not my call. I usually use Burst Glide. Basically, it's a good, strong directional area, and pretty much that. Chain Lightning usually is good. You could run Ball of Lightning, but that's your choice. I strongly believe this is probably the best version of a pulse, so of a grenade. This grenade helps with developing the ionic traces and stuff like that. So this build will pretty much revolve around this grenade and your super. And Arc Souls. So Arc Souls. This basically, when you cast your Rift, you're going to actually see a little ball appear. You want that to be your second buddy. He's like your buddy system, you want that. So when you defeat targets with kinetic or arc weapons or arc abilities to charge up this turret, you get a little arc turret that basically chain lightning between nearby targets. This also makes a blinding effect, so kind of cool. Different how everybody plays. It's useful. I mean, this is pretty much Unstop and Overload champion builds, so if you don't know what those are, I'll show you later to understand that. The fragments you want to get are all of them, first off. I'm going to say that now. Because remember, versatility is your objective. You want to build how you play. Everybody says, oh, you should have this on. Well, yeah, you should if you want to use that specific build. Remember, versatility, build how you play. For instance, me, I like to have my bolt charges up all the time. I want that bolt out so I can blind everything, carry on. So Spark of Frequency is really useful for that. Then I have Spark of Feedback. This happens when you get meleeed, so if someone like punches you or something like that, your increased outgoing damage is up. So go hit them, and they're gonna actually take more damage. Kind of useful. Obviously, kind of useful here if you jump and you see a little yellow dot above their heads, run up, finish them. Basically do a melee attack, and you would actually gain a bolt charge in the stacks. So, useful. Any of these is kind of useful because with Brilliance, now you're already creating a bolt stack, which is through your aspect here, which is Ionic Sentry. Well, you're already blinding everything. Well, when you defeat that blinding target, it makes an explosion that does blinding to all the nearby enemies. So, kind of useful if you're going to be using this. So, this is a very solid build. And the best part of it all is you can get all of these weapons by simply going in and doing the Nether or doing the Season Pass. The other concept of this build is the SMG. Risk Runner. Risk Runner is amazing. I mean, dude, come on. It gives you a conduit, basically. It turns you into this superconductor, and it just constantly chain reactions to all nearby targets that you kill or are hitting. So kind of useful if you really want to put this build to a whole new level. Now, there are other builds out there that you could actually use this with. Remember, play how you play. Build how you play. My bad. Whatever. So, with that being said, here's your arc build. Kind of, it's your choice how you want it. The aspects I would recommend are putting on your character. Base it around how you play. Thank goodness they have Harmonic Siphon. They have Grenade Ashes to Assets. Kind of useful because it gives you super back faster, stuff like that. I usually do 2 Harmonics because I use my primary for this build is pretty, obvious. For this, I guess I don't have them on. Let me fix that. Obviously, you're going to have your firepower. I mean, come on. If you don't have firepower, you're kind of not putting this build to its full potential. The other thing is you do want to have your impact induction, and I usually run fastball with it. This is useful because you can throw your grenade a little further. Sometimes you just like throw it out, especially your bolt charge, your sentry that you obtain, which will change. You throw that out, and then you hide for a little bit because you can re-heal yourself and stuff like that. But this helps get it out there more. So, your choice. I always say to run at least the Harmonic Resistance, which is your current super, and then one other, Void or Solar, and then Concussive Dampener. I mean, this doesn't really help in the game anymore, but it is useful to a degree. Depending on your actual heavy weapon that you choose. Now, you don't have to run Arc, but it is useful if, because of this build, you're running Risk Runner, so you kind of want that extra DPS coming out. Running Arc Surge weapons, whenever you gain a stack, or any type of stack, you actually get Armor Charge. So these Armor Charges basically increase your damage for that, and useful. Also, whenever you pick up a heal, a little orb of power, you actually gain health back. You replenish your health pretty quick, and then I get my grenade back faster too. Useful if you're going to be using that a lot. The other thing you could do is you could go with bomber distribution, really useful if you're trying to do that. Now, you could also go with powerful attraction, which is kind of cool because whenever you cast your healing rift or empowering rift on this character, you're going to be getting all the nearby orbs instantly to you. So that's kind of useful, and it's pretty fun. I'm doing a stream. What's up? Yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. My friend joined. Clan member. Yeah, I'll be jumping in with him in a minute, but at this time, I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand how to use this. For the rotation of this, we're gonna actually go ahead and show you that. It's gonna take a minute, so we're just gonna, go for that. I will be doing multiple different variants of this. I'll even show you my poison build that actually gives you a lightning effect. Now that it gives you a lightning and it spreads poison around, and it's just amazing. You run really fast and you slide, and then you do all that cool stuff. It is a prismatic build, so you're gonna have to make sure that you have Lightfall or Final Shape, and turn around and actually work on all that extra stuff. Make sure you also have Lightfall because you're gonna need Strand. And Stasis, you're gonna need the other stuff. Yeah, well, whatever. Sad for you. Thank you. Okay, so now that we have arrived in the Nether, we are on exploring mode, and I'm going to show you how to use this build specifically. First off, if you have boons, use them. I usually run with these ones. You could run with like other ones if you really wanted to, but these are really not necessary anymore. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of start this up. I totally missed that. He does that thing. Okay, so that's one done. This is protection from bosses. Kind of useful, but to show you the rotation, that's how you pretty much would do it. Now, obviously, as you might have noticed, I am kind of hurt. Unfortunately, this is that activity that you cannot heal, so not really use it. So the idea of this build is to basically lightning everywhere. As much as you can. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this other side over here. Absolutely shut him down. Love this build against subjugators, though, man. This thing, amazing. So, yeah, I mean, you can do this all you want. This is a good beginner build. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't think we have anything in this room anymore. I love the stasis slide feature here. It's really cool. Okay. Wait, is this that one with the 2 subbies? Yeah, ooh. Ooh, I got the good one. I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys that if I could solo this, I would. Oh, I'm trapped, I'm trapped. Ugh. I need to... Oh, he got me, no! Ta-da! Alright, time to go kill this big guy. Gotta go zoomy fast. Alright, so obviously this is my worst favorite one. I am not gonna lie, I do not like this guy. Okay, he's just suppressed me, which is the most annoying part. You get off of me, man. Yeah, I'm actually gonna let him kill me because this is stupid. There we go. So dumb. So stupid, man. You don't heal in this at all, and this is just the dumbest thing that they've ever came up with. I have to hide. I don't want to die. I don't like this game mode. Hi there. Alright, I want to get higher than him. Barely got that. Um, ah, I was kidding. Be gentle. Ooh, more healing. Put that to use. What the heck? I'm in a wall. What the hell? Annoying. Bro. Bro, what is that? Annoying is what that is. That is annoying. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty solid build. Ta-da! And this is moving. Ta-da! Okay, cool. So that's your build for the arc one. Now I'm going to show you the other one. So we're going to go over here. And I'm going to show you the one that kind of carries a lot through some kind of annoying ones. You don't have to use this, but if you are going to use it, have fun with it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So this one is a lightning kind of, it's a momentum build that kind of throws some poison in the mix. So a Striga, finish Witch Queen on Legendary and you automatically get this. And then, level it up and turn around and do all the fun fun stuff. You definitely want to make sure that these are your perks for PvE. Reason why you have 100 range, stability, reload speed. You could change this however you want. I don't really care. It is your choice on that. This is for PvP that I have it set up for. You don't need to do this, but I'm going to show you the PvE aspect. All right. Actually, yeah, we're going to do that. Not one. This is your BXR that I would definitely recommend getting it crafted so you can have your enhanced traits. I like to use this one for this build because it has chain reaction and bait and switch. Useful if you're going to be going in, getting it on, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, so let me show you this build. Actually, I should probably show you the actual prismatic part of it. Now, remember, you don't need to have the perfect stats like I do. Just gonna say that now. There are parts of this build that you would want to change up. Remember, build how you play. Arcane Needle, that's an obvious. Lightning Surge, that's a second obvious. Okay, but this, Feed the Void, and Cold Snap, that is your choice. What I would recommend is having these so that, one, you can freeze the targets in place because Cold Snap spreads to others, and these guys like to seek, stay close together or whatever. I don't know why they do that either, but that helps too to actually do that. So you can get that quick lightning surge and all that. This one's kind of cool. Final blows start health regeneration. It does transcendent. If you're near allies, they regen too. Obviously, any hit that you do with the melee arcane needle, you become radiant, which is really good and useful. here's where your kind of mixed situation is. Faceted Courage is good, but the problem that this build does is it does actual arc damage too. But it also does darkness. Hence, darkness, darkness, light, and then your super is a light. So that's where that comes in. Facet of Hope, when you pick up a elemental buff, your ability for your class basically regenerates, which is this. And your Facet Awakening. So obviously, definitely want to have that, kind of using that elemental pickup, kind of generating constantly. Now, the other thing that you could do with Feed the Void is actually put on either Weaver's Call or Helion. Your choice. Remember, it depends on really how you play. I would recommend having Feed the Void because Devourer kind of gives you your health, useful if you're going to be doing that. If you don't want to run Cold Snap, you could run Tether or Threadling Grenades, and you could run Vortex. That is your choice. For the super, I chose Song of Flame. If you're trying to do DPS, run Nova Bomb. And, obviously Striga. So let's go ahead and check out how to do this. One more thing I gotta change. Oh, I still have to masterwork this anyway, so that'll be masterwork. Okay. Where's the thing? I hate it when it does that. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get there. I personally think they did a pretty bad job about giving us part of the Dreadnought. I mean, D1, there was so much more, and it was right off the bat we got it. Actually, probably one of the most fun builds is probably this one that I put together. The reason why... Oh.
I make you shock so that you may continue my logic and uphold my law. You will take up my mantle.
Ta-da! Poison. Oh, watch this. You little turd. Bish. Takes 10,000 years to get, and then collect your loot, and then do. Oh look, if you really wanted to, you could just become amplified. Woohoo! We gotta put our build to use now. Ooh, rocket. Ooh. Nailed it! Gotta go fast. Hey Sapphire, I'm streaming at the moment, doing a video. Yeah, I'm streaming and making a video. Shh. Alright. Protect boss. Over here. Nothing. Alright, last one. There's the last one. This isn't going well. Okay. The only problem with this. Oh, there's the last one. I thought I did this one. On to the subjugator. Oh, there we go. Much better. Okay. Gotta have my zoomies going. Reload, come on. Oh, hi, boss. Not ready for you yet. Oh, you little turd. I don't know why I did that. Go do his thing. Put that up. Momentum builds. Always fun. Alright, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And we'll get right back to the... Sapphire, if you want to join me, please do.
I'm told that in my life I had a son. Froda, my sister tells me. If I hide more on this system, is that what drove me here? Sentinel. Logic.
Alright, so the other build that I'm going to give you is the suspense build. Ah, come on. Reload. Doesn't want to reload. So, oh, shut up. Annoying. think this one's the ogre. I think the last one's over here somewhere. We'll try that one out. Where is he running to? Oh, you're gonna laugh too. This dude just laughed. This dude just laughed at me, bro. Like, how in the fudge are you gonna just laugh? Alright, you wanna play that game? My turn. Annoying. Just that. Dude, what? It's starting to get annoying. I really am not a big fan of this stupid.
Heresies did I entertain as the years unfolded? What else besides my death? Zibu-Arath fails to test her strength out of fear of her own mortality. She wants me to turn away from our logic out of Myers' love. In my resurrection, I only see her failure.
There you go.
Hers and mine. And you, I see the strength I had that can endure forever.
All right, so pretty much that is the builds that you guys can use to pretty much do anything in this game. Now, for the core Choir 1, there is an alternative you can use. I probably would say you could go with Graviton's Lance. Graviton's Lance is pretty cool because it does like a little mini Nova bombs that go everywhere. Kind of useful if you're going to be using that. The Catalyst is kind of cool and basically makes more of them. Uh, they have pretty cool skins too, so obviously kind of interesting to do. In regards to that, they're really everything really pertains to how you play. You don't want to expect um, to have all meta. Let's just put it that way. If you're just a meta runner, and I mean that's great and all, but just remember that you're gonna want to eventually make your own builds. Promoting that and making those as your thing makes it easier for you, and it all depends really on what you choose. And I mean, I usually try to base build. What I'll do is I'll look at a meta, for instance, and one of the big ones right now is having Queen's Breaker. So, with fusions that are available in the actual uh, artifact, it kind of makes it a little strong. I mean, not too strong. It's actually supposed to do what it's supposed to do, but these are things that you could do. For the build that we are currently using, I wouldn't run anything except the following. Okay, so these are what I would run. In regards to what your preference of style is, just change these around on how you feel would be necessary. But like I said, the Void and the Strand, together, and then Void and Arc, you could do Arc and Strand. I've never really seen that, but it seems interesting. Oh my gosh, dude. But I mean, there are things that you could pretty much do. Like, I mean, everybody remembers the amazing Sunbracer build that was just broken, and like throwing all of your solar grenades, when you get a solar snap or melee kill, you turn around and you have unlimited grenades, solar grenades, keyword solar. So you have to have the correct solar grenade on. And this actually was super cool and really fun to use. And then when we were introduced to Incinerator Snap, we were like, oh, dude, this is going to be amazing. You can scorch things, and then the stacks would just climb, and it was amazing. It was so cool. The other thing is, if you really are trying to do like a scorch build or something like that, I am working on one. This is for PvP, but I am working on one for PvE that I still haven't finished. So this is my base. To show you it really quick, you're going to be using Dawn Chorus itself. Okay, so Dawn Chorus is, if you look at what it does, you're going to be your Daybreak projectiles deal more damage and scorch targets on impact. So, dude, that's like awesome. Your Scorch is improved, and you gain a small amount of melee energy when your Scorch damages a target. I mean, you could literally run any version of this, but this is the most probable. But if you really wanted to go crazy, put on Song of Flame with this, and you're just gonna annihilate things. I mean, you might as well just run this. So, even though Daybreak is useful, you could just run Song of Flame. And it'll work the same way. I am still working on this build again. Most of this build is revolved around PvP and Gambit, but I haven't really, finished the other build. When I do have it, you might want to make sure that you subscribe and like and follow to see those builds. I hope that this helped you guys as new players, and have a great day and stay safe.